On April 18th, the municipality of West Nipissing declared a state of emergency. Take a look at this footage and you'll understand why. Mayor Kathleen Thorne-Rochon is the mayor of the municipality of West Nipissing, and she joins me now. Great to have you on the program. How are you doing, Kathleen?
I'm doing pretty good. Thank you very much. Thank you very much for having me today to talk about some interesting things up here in Northern Ontario.
Well, let's talk about it, Mayor. You know, your municipality, along with many other Northern Ontario municipalities, put out a state of emergency in recent days due to some major flooding. Give us a sense. Describe the situation right now on the grounds. What is it looking like?
Well, we've been fortunate in that the last couple of days we have had some good luck with weather. So we've had some warm, sunny days. The areas that were shut down previously, we had Highway 64 closed to traffic because of over-the-road flooding. That water has receded, but we are seeing the lake levels continue to rise. So we're a fairly large municipality, about 2,000 square kilometers in total, with a pretty large watershed that comes from the north down the Sturgeon River into Lake Nipissing and then exits out through the French River into Georgian Bay. So while the river has seemed to settle down a little, and that's where we were seeing the major flooding last week, the Lake Nipissing has now reached the non-damage flood levels of 196.22 meters and is continuing to rise. The rise had slowed a little bit, but outside today we do have precipitation. And I was kind of, I woke up this morning to the rain and went, okay, well, here we go. So, we are expecting the lake levels to continue to rise. We still have a fair amount of snowpack left in the bush north of us. That is yet to melt and enter the watershed. So right now we feel like we're a little bit on standby and that we don't have any major areas of concern today. But it's not over yet. It's kind of like the calm before the storm, and we are still expecting, depending on weather and temperatures, to see some impacted areas.
Well, with that being said, help us understand what are some of the measures that you've had to take to keep your community safe?
So far, like I say, we did have to do some road closures last week with Highway 64 because you couldn't pass, and that's a major transport route that connects Highway 11 to Highway 17. So transport trucks did have to detour along through North Bay. And we have placed sand and sandbagging stations in strategic locations where we know we have low-lying properties along the lake and have really been encouraging residents that have historically had concerns with flooding to really start getting prepared because we have time now. It's not coming on fast as it did south of us in the municipality of French River. And so we're just really trying to put those measures in place and encourage residents to get ready.
Mayor, help us understand how can the province help with manage flooding this season? This is just the beginning, of course, as we know. This will carry on for a few more weeks, but what can the province do to help manage floods?
Well, they do have services through their emergency management office. I know French River that has felt more severe impacts than us to date, has called in the province, and they have had some help with bags and sandbags and volunteer corps and stuff like that. And we declare a state of emergency so that if we do need to call in those services, we're able to, and it also just alerts our residents to be prepared. We want to see the province ready to step in when they need to, and they have so far in French River. We're just, again, we're on standby here.
Mayor, we are going to leave it there. I really appreciate your time under the circumstances. Wishing you all the best. Thank you so much.
Okay, thank you so much. Have a great day.